So the Vatos Tacos hack revolved around a couple of problems as we saw it. We have three scenarios, and they are customer arrives, customer orders, and then after a period of time, maybe about 15 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes, the customer's food comes. And then period of time, maybe 60 minutes before payment is made. Okay, payment made, customer leaves. That's the customer experience. So where we have a customer arriving immediately, that's no problem. Where we have the problems with the Vatos hack is where customers arrive, but there's no table. So the customer has to log their details. Okay, maybe that's on a telephone at the moment. Okay, and then there's a waiting period of time. It's let's just say there's a 20-minute wait here. Okay, and then the customer comes back, and then maybe they get seated. Okay. Now between being seated and actually getting your food is again another 15 to 20 minutes, because that's how long it takes to get the food out. Again, you're looking at maybe 60 minutes, maybe a little longer, before people finish their meals. So then we make a payment, and customer leaves. Okay. So the interaction with the waitress staff here are pretty easy. We have a meet and greet here. Customer order, so order is taken. Okay, and then maybe somewhere in here we deliver drinks. Okay, then we deliver food. Okay, and then maybe we don't do much for a little while. Maybe we check here to check our customers are all right, and then we receive payment. And that process is pretty much similar to B, except for where after the customer is seated, okay, again, we're in the position of drinks, we're in the position of food being delivered, okay, drinks, then food, then payment received. Okay. The biggest problem though for Vatos is where customers arrive, okay, customers log again, okay, let's log their details, okay, but the wait is very long. Okay, maybe it's 40 minutes, okay, or unknown. Okay, so then customer comes back, maybe 40 minutes plus later, okay, they get customer seated, okay, then approximately 15 to 20 minutes after that, they get food. Okay, then an hour after that, maybe they make their payment. Customer leaves. Okay, so the Vatos staff, especially down in the kitchen, they can only start making the food once a customer order is taken. Okay, so that's this period here. Okay. Okay, and that takes 15 to 20 minutes to make the food. Okay, and then that's the kitchen's job done. The waitress staff take over and they manage the customer experience. Right now, that's exactly the same. Customer seated, kitchen starts here. Okay, and then they get their 15 to 20 mins. Okay, and again, down here, we're looking at the same scenario. Customer seated. Okay, kitchen starts 15 to 20 minutes. Okay, that's kind of where we're at the moment. What we want to do is we want to kind of disrupt this a little bit. We're thinking about things that Vatos have told us, such as they want to improve their waiting times, they want to improve their efficiencies, they want to improve their customer experience, they want to improve labour costs if possible, and they want to be able to track and monitor table performance, table the table reservation systems. Okay, so what we looked at is where we can help. And actually, at the top here, if a customer arrives, customer's meet and greet, order is taken because there is no queue. Well, there's nothing here. We can't do anything here. So there's no app, and there's no real benefit that we can give here at the moment. Okay. What we did see though is that we could offer some benefit down in the Group B and Group C, and by doing that, what we thought about doing was creating an app that they can order their food on before they get summoned to come to their seats. Okay. And it's basically around about here, the 15 minutes before customers are seated, we will want the new kitchen to start. Okay, and then customer is seated, maybe that's 5 minutes after the customer is seated, then the customer gets their food. Okay. And then you find that maybe we have another 60 minutes here, and then we make the payment. And we're able to receive the payment at the same time. Down here on Group C, we found exactly the same sort of scenario, except we've got a much longer waiting time. So we have to be able to give the customer something to do, a little bit more. So what we can do is we can send out a message to our customers asking them to order. Okay, and then at the 15-minute period before we want the customer to be seated, okay, we need to get a confirmation from our customers. Okay? This is to tell our kitchen that really the food is really required. There's going to be no-show, and that we're not going to be wasting food. We're not going to be creating any undue risk in our business. Okay. Once the customer has confirmed that the food is going to be needed, then we have a kitchen start. Okay, and then that takes around about 15 to 20 minutes. Okay, and then we move in with the, so let's get rid of that. We in with the waiting time, the 60 minutes of chitter chatter, maybe it's 60 minutes plus if it's a big group, and then we're payment made. Okay, and the customer leaves. So you can already see by the red markings, just on the timelines alone, that buying this extra 15 minutes on the process lines saves us an awful lot of time that we can fill with more customers. That'll initially start making our restaurant more efficient.